Good morning, students. This is the second video of the chapter Understanding Criminal Justice System. And in this video, we'll try to understand that how the fundamental rights can be established of an individual. We'll try to understand if fundamental rights of an individual is going to get violated by the government machinery or by any other authority, how it can be returned, how it can be sustained. And after that we'll discuss that how the wrong detention can be escaped, how wrong detention can be proved wrong. And we'll also understand it in the light of article number 22, and after that we'll discuss the recommendation of D.K. Basu, and we'll try to find out how the unnecessary detention or unlawful detention can be stopped. So let us discuss this topic. Now we were discussing the fundamental rights. So far we discussed article number 21, and in the article number 21 we discussed that how right to life has been established. Under right to life we found many other provisions were incorporated, like right to shelter, right to have shelter, right to food, right to get clean environment. So all these were very important, all these are very important for the life, and that is why it was mentioned under right to life. Now under article number 22, it is mainly for the person who is going to get arrested. So here in this particular article we will discuss that what is the provision to avoid such type of wrongful detention. So let us discuss the main provisions of article number 22. Now first point is written here, right to be informed of the ground of arrest. Section 50 of CRPC states that it is the duty of every police officer or any other person authorized to arrest any person without a warrant to let the person being arrested know the ground of arrest immediately. Non-compliance with this provision renders the arrest illegal. So we need to understand here that here it is the duty of every police officer to inform the accused person or inform the arrestee regarding his arrest. Before arresting, the person must know the reason for his arrest on what grounds he is going to get arrested. If such information will not be delivered to the arrestee or the accused person, then that arrest will be termed as the illegal arrest. So Article 22 prevents individual against this type of arrest. So it is the duty of the police officer to inform the particular arrestee. It is his fundamental rights. Similarly, Article 22 states that any person who is arrested cannot be detained in custody without being informed of the ground on any such arrest as soon as possible. So it is clearly mentioned under Article number 22(1) that a person must know the reason why he is being arrested, on which ground he is going to get arrested. So it is under Article 22(a) or 22(1). Now similarly, we need to understand here one more article is there or sub-article is there under article number 22, that is right to be produced before a magistrate. After the person will get arrested by the police officer, he has the right to get produced himself before the court. He must be produced before the court with immediate effect. The time limitation has been given is 24 hours. So Article 22, that is also a fundamental right. It ensures the right of the accused to be produced before a magistrate or judge. When a person is arrested, the person or police officer making the arrest should bring the arrested person before the magistrate or judicial officer without any unnecessary delay. That is under the 24 hours. This is also supported by section 56 of the CRPC. I mean to say here we need to understand as soon as police is going to arrest the accused or the culprit, he should be produced. Arrestee should be produced just before the magistrate within a stipulated time. And here the judge or magistrate will decide the fate of the arrestee. If it will be proved through the evidences that the arrestee person or the arrestee is guilty, then he will get punishment. And if the evidences are not going to establish his guilt, then he will be termed as innocence, and this is how he will get freedom. He will be granted bail. So we need to understand here, he will be released from the charges. So we need to understand that these two are very important fundamental rights that has been given to an individual to prevent himself from the wrongful detention or from the illegal detention. So it is again going to put restriction on the government machinery if it is going to violate the fundamental rights of an individual. So we need to understand it. In this wrongful detention, in this particular wrongful detention, certain verdict has came from the Supreme Court side, and it is in the light of D.K. Basu guidelines. So let us discuss the important guidelines that was given by D.K. Basu, and further Supreme Court took this as a verdict. So let us discuss what was there in this particular guidelines. So first point is written here: the police personnel carrying out the arrest and handling the interrogation of the arrestee should be an accurate, visible and clear identification and name tags with their designation. The particulars of such police personnel who handle interrogation of the arrestee must be recorded in a register. So we need to understand the police person who is going to arrest someone or any accused, he must be an accurate identity card that should reflect his name, his designation, whether the person is inspector, sub-inspector or constable or deputy SP or SP. It should be reflected clearly. Apart from that, he should clearly carry his identification marks, identity card, and after that he must write all the details in the particular register. And when accused person is going to get interrogated, the name of that particular person who is going to interrogate, his name should be maintained in the register. So this is the first guidelines of the D.K. Basu. Now apart from that, we need to understand the second guidelines was also given there. It was given like that the police officer carrying out the arrest shall prepare a memo of arrest as the time of arrest, and such memo shall be attested by at least one witness who may be either a member of the family of the arrestee or a respectable person of the locality from where the arrest is made. It shall also be countersigned by the arrestee and shall contain the time and date of arrest. So whenever the police person is going to arrest someone, he must mention the date and time of arrest in a particular memo, and that memo should be attested by at least one witness who may be friend of that particular accused person or arrestee, or who may be from the same area from where the person has been arrested. And after that, the same memo should be countersigned by the arrestee, and in that it should be very clearly laid down that what is the time and what is the date of arrest. So these two things were established in order to prevent the wrongful detention. Apart from that, third was also there. The third was like that the person who has been arrested or detained and is being held in a custody in a police station or interrogation center or any other lockup shall be entitled to have one friend or relative or any other person known to him or having interested in his welfare being informed. So here we need to understand, it is clearly mentioned that after being arrested, the person should have right to inform his friend or any relative or any particular friends or relative or any particular person who is knowing him, so that they can arrange some technical expert or some lawyer for him, or at least they should inform their family about his arrest. And so every fair thing has been provided under the recommendation or under the guidelines that was granted by Supreme Court in this regard. So what we saw today that how the person who can be detained in a wrongful way, who can be arrested in a wrongful way, he can save himself from wrongful or illegal detention, because already in the fundament as a as the part of the fundamental right, the rights have been given. Apart from that, some recommendation or some Supreme Court direction is also there in this regard. So by following this, the person can be prevented from illegal detention or illegal arrest. So we need to understand here that if we are going to talk about fair judicial system, or if we are going to talk about criminal judicial system, it is very important to maintain fairness. Without fair trial, we cannot expect a person to become important or harmful for the society. So that is why we should understand the importance of criminal legal system, and we should understand the hidden meanings of these things that is mentioned under article number 21 and article number 22. So this is all about in this video. Thank you so much.